All right, guys, I'm here live. Joe Rosen with Lori Murphy, our newest addition to the EXP family. Lori, I am excited to have you today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very honored to be here.
Yeah, I saw, we've talked a couple times, and we both have the same friend, right? Al Beltran, coolest dude I think I know out of the Fort Pierce area. And every doggone event you go to, he's there. He's got a big smile. He's the heart of everything. So I saw your video yesterday, and I was just excited for you guys.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So I've been in your office. It's absolutely beautiful. And you can see a little bit behind you there. You guys have a lot of gorgeous art in there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're located in Harbor Cay Plaza on Hutchinson Island, right in front of Harbor Isle. And we have an art gallery. And what we do is we showcase local artists. We've got like Lisa Allison, Pete Koza, and a few more. But it's nice because we'll also do some closings in here. And when we do the closings, we'll offer a gift certificate to the art gallery. And the reason I love it is because it gives back. It gets, the local artists out there a little bit more, hanging on people's walls. They buy a house, you need artwork. So yeah, it's been fun.
I think that's a great idea. And I'm a huge fan of bringing community into the business too. So I think that's just awesome. That's awesome. But today I brought you on here because I wanted to let everybody know that you are now part of EXP. I'm excited to have you. Tell me, what is it that brought you to EXP?
So the one thing mostly that intrigued me the most is, so I believe learning never ends. You have to keep feeding your brain. You have to keep feeding your mind. And one thing that EXP offers is that, you have the wealth of knowledge around you and, the upline, of course, Al. And I love that I can just easily connect. They have over 50 hours of education a week that you can just go into the world and do. Now, the world was a little weird to me at first because the whole avatar thing, but I love it because it's like if I go in there and I have a question, I literally pick a ticket and I'm sitting down, I'm talking to someone. So I think the number one was just the knowledge and the education that is open to me. I think that was number one for me. Secondly, I love that it's global. So it's not like you're just tied to Florida. I'm from Ohio. I have family in Tennessee, and it's just awesome to be able to connect and help people if they want to buy and sell, or even if they want to become a realtor. We can still be a part of the same team.
Yes. I think it's so interesting right now. I don't know how much of this you watch, but everybody's talking about the metaverse, right?
Yes.
And get inside the EXP world, it is the metaverse before the metaverse. It was, yeah. And I agree with you. For me, when I first saw it, I thought, this is kind of weird, man. I want to go sell houses. Why I'm in this weird virtual world. But some of the issues I've had in the past with brokerages that I've been at is if I have a money issue, it's going to take maybe 2 hours to get in touch with somebody in the financing department. And then it's going to take them maybe a day to get back to me on what the solution is. And then I'll get a check 3 days later, right? Now I can get in front of somebody in less than a minute, and I can either do it in the EXP world or they got an app called Chat and I can get in touch with them there. It's so fast. So yes, it's a little weird, but once you get used to it, man, it's so fast. So
no, but it's fun. I'll tell you a funny story. I was in there and I was just, walking around, whatever. And then I found that you could dance.
Uh-oh.
I literally just started dancing next to this person, and it's an avatar, and they're like, "Get it, Lori," and I was like,
"Yeah." I love it. That sounds like a future Facebook video.
It was fun.
So now we had talked a little bit about some of the goals that you've got in 2022. Tell me what it is that you're trying to achieve here in 2022, because man, I'm excited for my new year.
Oh my gosh, I am too. So as you know, my business career took a shift, about a year and a half ago. And I really at that point started to focus on real estate, as well as, the title world. But in focusing on real estate, I want to embrace it. I want to learn as much as I can learn about it. And then in doing so, I want to build a team, and having that team so then I can go ahead and I can help to develop and build them, which is my ultimate passion, is to help people to reach their full potential. And I feel that I can do that with this, with the education that's available to me, with you and with Alex and with Al, and, all of the support that we have. I believe that I'm going to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. Of course, I have a number in mind, but it's not so much of a number monetarily. It's more of a number of people's lives that I can change.
I love that. I love that. And it's fun to chase stuff. You and I have kind of talked about the guy that we absolutely love, both of us, Mr. Tony Robbins. So
Tony
I'm
Robbins.
goals obsessed. I know you are too. Now, you've gone to a couple of his events, right? Which ones have you gone to?
No, I went to Unleash the Power Within. I walked on fire.
Yeah,
Fire. Oh yeah. No, it's fantastic. I mean, it was 5 days of just complete high energy. You don't stop. And, you know, I've done a couple of his other side ones, but no, I highly recommend it. And I would go again. I mean, actually I did. EXP gave us a little mini session with one of his speakers. And then we were able to sign in for the Unleash the Power Within virtually. So so hopefully I have a team at that point and we can all do it together. That's my plan.
Yes, I love that. So some of the best agents that I've ever worked with, you'll dig into their past a little bit and they're like, you know, I was a title closer and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, that explains it, because title closers know everything going on in the background, right? And I kind of wish you had to have maybe 6 months of title closing to be an agent, because those are the best agents. And you've got quite a bit of experience in title. How do you think that that's going to help not just you, but future team members that are going to join you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that it helped me pass my real estate exam, to be quite honest with you, because living in the title world, you see how you can help the closing go so much smoother by communication, by, you know, being efficient, by making sure that, you know, the title closer gets everything that they need for that sale before they ask for it, you know, then that way they don't have to come and hunt you down. But definitely, I think that I will be able to teach, you know, my team contract to close. And that way their clients are going to be happy. I mean, there's nothing better than at a closing table when someone says, oh my gosh, this was the smoothest closing ever. I mean, I love when I hear that, and we hear it a lot. So I'm proud of that. But no, I think that that's knowledge that I'll be able to hand down to my team.
I love that. I love that. I can hear, I'm guessing it's a little bit of that Tennessee in your voice. Is that right?
It comes out every now and then. I do. Yeah, I have family in Memphis and Nashville. So
I love that. I've only been through there one time. It was I was stationed in San Angelo, Texas, and I was going up to Maryland. That was my new station, and I stopped overnight in, I think it was Nashville, if I remember correctly. Beautiful city. I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. It was great. And speaking of the military, you've got some connections to the military. Tell me about that.
I do. So I have 2 boys. And one was in the military. He was stationed in San Diego for 6 years and deployed on the Carl Vinson. And then I have another son who is currently in Hawaii, and he's on a submarine. So yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, thank you to your entire family for that. It's it really takes a lot. Yeah. And unless you've had family in, it's not just the commitment of the person in. It's also mom who's freaking out back home, and wives and kids and everybody. You're all in it together, whether you made that choice or not. So I want to tell you, as a fellow vet, that I really appreciate your guys' compromise.
Of course. Thank you. We appreciate your service as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you talked previously about some of the training we got. EXP World offers 50 plus hours a week. And the cool thing about that training, because I've been at brokerages before where the training is taught by some old crusty, like just angry man who sold real estate 10 years ago. And he's like, Joe, get your team in here. And it's the same 6 topics over and over. And, you know, maybe he hasn't sold in a long time. The cool thing about EXP World is when you hit icon status, that's who teaches these classes, right? Icon status is, without going too deep into it, it's about 27, 28 sales in a year. So these are people who are in the top 5, 10% of sales in any market, right? Throughout the world. And they get to pick the topic that they want to teach. So if I'm really good at Facebook and I really suck at title, I'm not going to teach title. I'm going to teach Facebook, right? So you got people teaching what they want to teach, and it's studs teaching it. So it's the best training I've ever seen. And there's training for rookies, mid-level agents, and I've seen training in there saying, hey, do you want to get from 100 transactions to 500? Go to this class. And it's someone who went from 100 to 500. So the training's crazy. But locally, you talked about, you know, Alex Haig. Once you're in somebody's downline, you get the perks of everybody in that downline. So Alex has Monday through Friday live role-playing sessions, and you can come in and you can pick your most challenging issue you've had to deal with, and we role play it. And you get to work with somebody else who's maybe done it before, right? Everybody improves. I go in there all the time. My team goes in there. Everybody gets better on the phones. You get better in any conversation you're having with people. And then I do live trainings on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12. Just got out of one. And we went over a buyer's checklist. It was so helpful. We sent that product out to everybody so they've got an updated checklist, keeps them on point. So just looking at all the value that it delivers, I can't tell you. I know your mind. I know your mind, and I know you're a giver, and I know you're a coach, and I know you're excited to create this team. I know you're going to create some exciting value for those guys, and I'm just excited to see what it is. Can you tell me a little bit about what is your team focus going to be? What's the big thing that's going to set your team apart from another team? If I'm choosing teams as an agent, what would attract me to you?
I think that my passion in developing you and finding out what your pain points are, what is it where you need to grow? Because I have been in the development world from a business side for pretty much most of my career. I have a lot of mentors that I can reach out to if I don't know the answer, or I also have a lot of books, or I have a lot of, places that I can go to help to find you. And I think that that's what it is that's one thing. I come from the salon world, but when I would be working with my salon professionals of how are they going to get to that next level, it's really just finding what is it that you need? What is the pain point that you feel you're not getting there? And also what is your motivation? And then I take those two and I turn it and create it into, the learning plan for them in order to achieve their goals. So I think that it's going to be very personal. It's not just, hey, I'm up here, I'm on a team and you go do what you want to do. It's the one-on-ones, it's really getting to know them as a person. What makes them tick? What makes them hurt? What makes them, strive to want to be more? How do they get their rest time? Do they need more rest time? Do they need time management? I mean, all of these things I have been trained on over the past, I don't have to say how long, but my career. And so I feel that, I can say I'm an expert in it. I really do. And in developing people is my passion. That's what drives me. That's why I wake up every day. I mean, my kids will tell you, I'll send them books and they're like, seriously, Mom? But it's like, I love it, and I just really want to help people to achieve their dreams that they may not even know that was their dream.
Yes.
And that's the thing in talking with someone and listening, number one, listen, and practicing that pause and just really getting someone to a point that maybe they never even knew that they wanted to get to.
Yep. I think the three magic words that you said there were one-on-one. I think, when I talk to a lot of agents, either they love their team or they don't love their team, right? Assuming that they're on a team. And whether they love the team, they say, I love the fact that the person that I work with is so accessible. They're so helpful. They train me. They're with me. They help me write contracts, whatever. And when they're not happy, it's all of that, but the opposite, right? I don't get this. So it's so rarely, what is your split, or where are we located, or what does the website look like? Those are fancy things. They're cool things. But when it comes down to it, if you're going to be on a team, you want someone who's going to be in the seat right next to you, helping you drive that vehicle. So absolutely. I think that just knowing that you've got a coach's heart is absolutely going to help big time. So I think you're going to attract a lot of great people. Lori, I can't tell you how excited I am to have you as a part of the EXP family. I love your mind. I love that you know Tony Robbins. We started talking about all that training and everything, and the intent, having purpose, your why, always striving to get better, never resting on your laurels. I just love all of that mentality. So I'm excited to have you. If these guys want to reach out to you, I've put some of your info in the header. But if they want to reach out, how can they find you?
You can find me. My Facebook is Lori Pfeiffer Murphy. You're also welcome to call me. I don't mind if you put my phone number in there. Just reach out and give me a call and just talk. And even if you just want to talk and I'll develop you in life, I don't care. It's just at the end of the day, it's about making friends and relationships, and that's what I'm all about.
I love that. A true giver's heart. If you want, you can share your phone number. I'll post it in the comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's 513-833-7686. Still a Cincinnati number, but it's all right. I can't get rid of it.
That's okay. We've got a whole bunch of people down here in Florida, so it all mixes well. Guys, I've got it in the comments there. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to her, whether you're an agent, you're a buyer, or you're a seller. She's got a beautiful location right on Hutchinson Island on the north side up by Fort Pierce, overlooking the water. It's absolutely gorgeous. Go check it out anytime. And you've got an open house coming up.
Next
15th,
Saturday.
2
Next
o'clock?
Saturday, the 15th, from 2 until 6. Yes, we'll have an open house. We'll have a cash bar. We'll have some music. We also we also have a raffle, and the raffle is going back to Oasis. And Oasis is a foundation out of Orlando, and they actually give back to the currently deployed military. As you know, that's near and dear to my heart. So please stop by and, help to support our local artists as well as Oasis. We'd love to.
I love that a lot. I love that a lot. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it. Guys, if you want to go to that open house, it's going to be an absolute blast. It could not be a better, more beautiful location. You can see all of the gorgeous art. And again, it goes to a great cause. We've got the address right up in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. Again, Lori, I really appreciate it. Welcome.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you very much.
All right. Have an awesome day.
You as well.